In the realm of space exploration, where the tangible meets the intangible, the life of Jack Parsons emerges as a bridge between the scientific and the demonic. Parsons, a co-founder of NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory, was not merely a rocket scientist, he was also a practitioner of occultism, particularly Dilemma, a spiritual philosophy founded by Aleister Crowley. This video delves into the life of Parsons, exploring how his dual interest in rocketry and the occult have shaped public perception of NASA, blending science with shadows of mysticism. Born in 1914, Jack Parsons' life was marked by an insatiable curiosity that transcended conventional boundaries. His contributions to rocketry, particularly the development of solid rocket fuel, were pivotal for the future of space exploration. However, Parsons' interests extended far beyond the physical world. His involvement with Dilemma led him to practices that included sex magic, aiming not just for physical but spiritual transcendence. This dual life, scientist by day, occultist by night, presents a unique case study in the integration of science and spirituality. Perhaps the most emblematic of Parsons' occult endeavors was the Babalon working in 1946, conducted with L. Ron Hubbard. This ritual, aimed at invoking the goddess Babalon, was not just a spiritual exercise but a profound personal transformation for Parsons. While its immediate effects were more personal than cosmic, it has since been mythologized, suggesting a deeper connection between Parsons' occult practices and his scientific ambitions. From January to March 1946, Jack Parsons embarked on what would become one of the most discussed occult experiments of the 20th century. Inspired by Aleister Crowley's philosophy of Dilemma and his novel Moonchild, Parsons aimed to manifest an individual incarnation of Babalon, a figure representing the divine feminine in Dilemic tradition. This endeavor was not just a spiritual exercise but a profound personal quest for Parsons, blending his scientific curiosity with his mystical inclinations. The rituals. The Babalon working consisted of several rituals, each designed to invoke and interact with spiritual forces. Almost immediately after declaring the first ritual successful, Parsons met Marjorie Cameron, whom he believed to be the elemental spirit summoned by the ritual. This encounter marked the beginning of the next phase, where Parsons attempted to conceive a child through sex magic, a practice central to Crowley's teachings. Although no child was conceived, Parsons considered the ritual successful in manifesting Cameron as the Scarlet Woman, Babalon incarnate, whom he later married. Correspondence with Crowley. Throughout the Babalon work-in, Parsons maintained correspondence with Aleister Crowley, seeking guidance. Crowley, while initially supportive, grew concerned about Parsons' intense involvement, warning him of potential overreactions to the magic he was performing. Despite this, Crowley's skepticism was mixed with intrigue, reflecting the complex relationship between mentor and disciple in the occult world. Liber 49, the Book of Babalon. One of the most significant outcomes of the Babalon working was Liber 49, also known as the Book of Babalon, written by Parsons as a transmission from Babalon herself. This text is considered by some Dilemites as a fourth chapter to Crowley's Liber Alvel Legis, the central text of Dilemma. Liber 49 outlines a new era of spiritual freedom and transformation, reflecting Parsons' vision of a world where individual will and divine feminine energy reign supreme. NASA's connection to the occult. The link between Parsons' occultism and NASA lies not in operational policies, but in historical lineage. His work at JPL laid foundational stones for NASA's later achievements, from the Apollo missions to Mars rovers. Yet, his occult activities have fueled narratives where some see NASA's origins as intertwined with esoteric practices. This perspective, while not endorsed by NASA, highlights how personal beliefs can color the perception of an institution's history. Parsons often venture into conspiracy territory. His occult connections are cited to suggest that NASA's space exploration might have hidden, perhaps sinister, agendas. These narratives, while lacking empirical evidence, reflect broader societal anxieties about the unknown, where science and the supernatural are seen as intertwined. Parsons' life has transcended his scientific contributions, becoming a cultural phenomenon. His story inspires various forms of media, reflecting a fascination with the intersection of science and mysticism. This legacy questions the boundaries between these realms, suggesting for some, like Parsons, they were not separate but complementary paths towards understanding the universe. The life of Jack Parsons presents a paradox where the rational meets the mystical. While NASA has evolved far beyond Parsons' foundational work in terms of technology and mission scope, his story remains a point of intrigue. Whether viewed as a visionary blending science with spirituality, or as a cautionary tale of how personal beliefs can overshadow scientific achievements, Parsons' legacy in the context of NASA's history invites us to ponder the complex interplay between the known and the unknown. So question, do you think there is still demonic forces behind NASA? And do you believe NASA was created to create doubt about the Bible?